pay attention. Okay, so here's my whatever, my jacket front. So wherever, oh, and the other thing I want you guys to do, I'll just do it real quick. I mean, this isn't crucial, but I think it's good practice. On this, let's just say this is part of a pattern. I just want you to have some kind of reference line so you know where it goes, so that you're not like just putting it on blindly. So you're going to line this up with that. So the pocket goes down like that, so that's the placement. And if you want, this could be like a contrast, like if you wanted to find a print or something, just so you can see a little bit more about with what's going on and how it looks. That would be fine with me. I just took all my pens, didn't I? That's okay. All right, so step number 1, figure out where it's going to go. Step number 2, we're going to sew the pocket down, the lining down. Now, because this is so small and we've got like these little corners, the smaller your stitch is, the better. So this is at 2. I'm going to see if 2, I think 2 is probably small enough, but I might go a little bit smaller. Plus we're only going to go around once, so a smaller stitch is a better, more secure stitch. There we go. And actually I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, basically I'm sewing right on that line, that rectangle. Now, the corners are really important that you do them so that the stitch is actually fully formed. I don't know if we talked about this last semester, but when you go around a corner, and I probably did, you want to make sure that your needle is in. Basically, I'm going to pivot and turn, right? But your needle needs to be coming back up. It needs to be on the upswing so that it's already started to create that stitch. Otherwise, it's going to have a space, and it's usually going to be like a triangle because you're trying to fill the corner. So just make sure that it's on its way up before you turn the corner. And then it will give you a corner stitch. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. And it's not going to be clean. And again, having a smaller stitch helps with that too. So making sure it's on its way up, but still engaged so you can spin it. All right, and then I'm just going to go back to where I started. I'm not back tacking, I'm just running it on the same spot. All right, so basically I just went around. Is this on? Something's wrong with the switch. I need a hot iron though. I might have to go over there. Okay? So far, easy? Mm-hmm. All right, now, next step is we're going to cut all the way through. We're going to cut that, straight down, that, and that. So don't cut all the way this little part right here. Like, just don't do that. Okay? And the way I do it, it's kind of, well, you know, this is also called a bound. This is how you make bound buttonholes. So this is also another way to make a buttonhole. So if you think about when you make a buttonhole, we do this, right? So you can start it like this. You're going to cut through all of your layers. I don't know how sharp these are. I wish I had my little scissors, but I don't know what happened to them. And you're going to cut down the middle. And then right to that point, but don't cut all the way through. down the middle. And those little, if you have little, maybe your snips even, but if you guys ever got those little orange scissors, the little Fiskar, or any little scissor, they're really helpful with stuff like this. Not these big guys. Hopefully. And you know, if you did cut all the way through, you can just run another stitch around if you have to. Let's see if this is on. Oh, all right. Okay, perfect. I'll use it while it's on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull, can you guys see? We're going to just pull this through the middle to the other side. I love these. It's like kind of like magic. Magic bound. Like I said, this is also considered a technique for making a buttonhole. And you're going to pull it apart on the seam, and we're going to press it. So, let me go through. And you want to make sure that it's pressed on that seam line. So if you have to open it up, like I always try to open, like press on the seam line is like the best way to actually get something. So be careful of this one. Man, whew, steam bath. This will get it burned. Oh, that was it for the steam. Sheesh. So, press. So did you guys hear about the movie that's being filmed in Syracuse?
What?
Yeah. She's like, I thought that she was just working in an adult bookstore, but I guess she actually turned into a, I don't know what, stripper. Oh yeah, because she does pole dancing, so. I was like, Nancy Drew.
It's Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
She's a stripper?
I
So,
love her.
well, she's going to be filming, well, she'll be here this month filming, and one of my students is the assistant to the costume designer, so I'll see if we can get her. We'll see. Wouldn't that be fun? She's so cute.
What if we can figure out where they're filming?
Yeah,
Sound like this?
What?
Unless it's an adult bookstore, 'cause that'd be a little weird.
What? Say that again?
No, where are they filming?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere on location here.
Like, watch it
Yep.
be like some creepy, sketchy, like
It should be.
stripper place. Hysterical.
Plenty of sketchy places in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Should probably pick the right city to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why they. And you guys know John Patrick, who came here last year? He's doing most of the clothing for it, for the costumer picked stuff from him. Okay, so I'm trying to just make sure I'm on the seam. And you guys know I'm so picky. And this is not the easiest thing to be unbelievably picky with. Sometimes it just doesn't want to press out on that. Okay, so now we've got our big hole. So how do we make our welt? So the welt, I think this is so cool. All right, so the other thing that you need to do is that line that I had you guys draw, if you can, now what we need to do is we need to press this section in half, and it should fall right on that line. If you centered it like you're supposed to. And that's just a guide, that halfway mark. All right, so I just folded it in half and I pressed. Okay. So to make the welt, now what you do is, and this one if you can't see, you might want to come over here because this is the trickiest of everything. So what you do is you take each section of your pocket lining and you bring it up, you fold it up to that center line like that. Oh, I want steam. I need steam. Shoot. think you can keep on tricking this thing, turning it off and turning it on. And then you do the same with the top. Yeah, the sun. Oof.
Do you just, how much just to tell you the touch?
Until it touches, yep. You like a vampire girl?
I think she is.
All right, and steam really helps with this. I don't have any steam at the moment, so I'm hoping that it increases it enough. And then, just so you can see, Ooh, it's like magic. Okay, so, then I'm gonna grab some pins. I want you to pin it.